Welcome to the Uncultured Opinions podcast. I'm your co-host Brent, and today I'm joined by my other co-host Ethan.
How's it going, my guys? Samuel is no longer with us.
Yeah, so right now
Well, that sounded really bad. Samuel's just not on this
Rip
episode.
Sam.
No, Sam's just not on this episode. He's in Chicago. You know why he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
He's with your girl.
He better keep his hands away. Either way, yeah, so we're co-hosting today. It's just me and Ethan. If this episode is significantly worse, we know who the glue for the podcast is.
I think it'll be significantly better, TBH.
I mean, what does Sam contribute?
Not much.
Yeah, I think that the movie was good. I'm just gonna text my biddies.
Here's what Sam contributes. I agree. I agree. I was talking to Sam. I was like, when we get shirts made, we can get shirts that just say "I agree" on it.
With Sam's face.
With Sam's face on it. I think that'd be funny.
That'd be good merch.
Like a cartoonized. Is that a word?
I get what you mean.
Animated. Animated is the word I was looking for. An animated version of Sam's face on a shirt that says "I agree." I would buy that shirt.
That'd be good merch.
I'm gonna work on that. We're gonna get that done.
All right, cool.
We need to have one for you.
I don't know.
What do you say? I think Sam's the only one who religiously says something.
I mean, I have a lot of catchphrases, but it's just like,
Sam
what
always
do I say?
Sam
what do I
always
say
says
on mic?
"I agree." That's what I'm saying.
I could have a vibing.
That's what I was say. Yeah, we could get one for Brent. This is. I'm just vibing.
I think. What do we have on the itinerary today? I don't really know.
1917. We saw that a couple hours ago.
True. Oscar noms. Are we gonna talk about the Oscar noms?
We can talk about the Oscar noms, and
then
we can talk about M's new album if you want.
Oh yeah,
I know you want to talk about
100%. We are a movie podcast, but we're uncultured opinions. We have uncultured opinions about anything
and everything.
Honestly, we're allowing ourselves to talk about whatever we want if it's big enough topic that all of us want to discuss it. So yeah,
you can start with that if you want.
All right, M's new album's on the itinerary. Also, you started watching The Witcher. So
I did not start watching The Witcher.
You said you started watching.
No, Sam started watching The Witcher.
Okay, when I'm waking up at 3 a.m., both of you are like letters, just like, dang it.
No, I want to start The Witcher. I have not watched it yet, though.
Okay, so that's the itinerary. Housekeeping. Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
Do you know
Twitter.
the handles like Sam does off the top of your head?
I do, and they're now links in every podcast description.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I got
That's
one
nice.
in episode 9. So we have Twitter is the UO podcast, and Instagram is the Uncultured Opinions. So go follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Once we get the new studio,
which is not next episode.
It'll be in a few episodes because
3 episodes, I believe. 3 weeks.
Yeah, even when we move into the studio, it won't be ready for video for a small bit. But once we're getting the studio, we get it set up.
It's about a month.
Video podcast will be on YouTube.
So about a month.
Yes. So
I'll have to get my camera.
At least subscribe to the YouTube and let us make money. I don't know.
That's not.
Speaking of money, let's thank our patrons for this month.
Thank you, patrons.
We have the anonymous patron. Our producer, as always. We have Josh.
Josh.
Isn't that his name?
Oh, Josh. I was going in a different order. Man, now he's going to listen to this. He's going to be fucking pissed at me. He's going to be so mad. I did forget about you, Josh. I thought we were going.
Sorry, we know a lot of Joshes.
Yeah, that's why I was confused because we were talking about a different Josh earlier. Yes, we have Josh. Congratulations, Josh.
And Darren. I think he forgot to turn off his auto renewal.
Darren.
I love Darren. Darren is my boy.
I'm indifferent about Darren. He left the chat.
He left because nobody talks to him.
That's not true. Everyone talks to him. He left because he was uninteresting.
We're just kidding, Darren.
I'm not.
God.
I'm just kidding.
Can you just joke around for once, Ethan?
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I think that's all the housekeeping out of the way. Is there anything we need to promote? We have prototype merch coming. So that's exciting.
We do. Possible logo change?
Mm-hmm.
Possible. We'll see how it goes.
I might link the store to the prototype merch if you guys are interested.
If people want to buy it, but
yeah, we make
it
no
might
no profit off of it.
Yeah,
it's through Streamlabs, so you could be like, oh, they're making profit. We don't. I set everything to the minimum, so it's only manufacturing costs.
So it's just the cheapest that people can get it.
Yes.
But we don't make anything.
Yes.
So it's just people will be wearing our stuff,
mm-hmm.
which would still be cool.
Yeah, it's exposure.
But that could change. So you might want to hold off on buying merch. But if you
want the prototype merch with our old logo,
if you want the first stuff, by all means, go ahead.
Then it's on streamlabs.com/porkshot118YT. I will work on moving the merch to the Uncultured Opinions Streamlabs account to make things a lot easier.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
With that out of the way, Eminem dropped a surprise album. And I guess I have to give a
hate it. I'm just kidding.
I guess I
actually really like it.
Have to give a disclaimer. Eminem is my idol. Like
You're gonna be a bit indifferent.
Yeah, I will say
that
I didn't like everything on Revival or Kamikaze, so I'm not a complete shill. But he also is my idol. So if I say it's like one of my favorite albums of all time, that's just because I love Eminem. Yeah, exactly. Take it with a grain of salt. But I loved it. It was music to be murdered by.
I will say, on the other hand, I'm not a huge rap person. I'm not a huge Eminem person. I like Eminem. Nothing about me dislikes Eminem, but I don't religiously listen to him.
Like
if he comes on, I listen to him. But I don't go out of my way to listen to him. I did go out of my way to listen to this album, and I love this album. I think it is phenomenal.
It's really good. I think last year on Apple Music and Review, I had 90 hours of Eminem.
90 hours of just Eminem?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say anything. I had 90 hours of Beartooth.
Jeez.
So, I mean, but also they had just dropped an album too, so I listened to the album on repeat forever. They were my artist of the decade.
Dang. Eminem was probably mine. On Spotify, I think it was NF, just because I don't use Spotify that much.
Yeah. Yeah, Beartooth was my artist of the decade, and then right behind it was Post Malone.
Gross.
You like Post Malone, don't you?
A little bit, yeah. He's got some bangers.
He's got a lot of... Every Post Malone song is a banger.
Okay. Dude, I wouldn't even say every Eminem song is a banger.
Yeah, I know, but every Post Malone song is a banger. Actually, I'd like to see an Eminem and Posty collab.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, he did get buddy with Ed Sheeran a few years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that could be pretty cool.
But yeah, so music to be murdered by. He dropped it out of nowhere.
It's a very controversial album.
It really is. Like, I woke up at 4
I mean, it came out yesterday, right?
Thursday night.
So it's been out.
Yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m.
So it's been out 48 hours at the most.
I had like 20 messages from y'all. Like, being like, Brent, new Eminem album.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, what? I was still asleep. I think I went on Twitter because I get post notifications on every platform from Eminem, but I was asleep, so obviously I didn't see it as soon as it got posted. I went on there, I was like, oh, I guess you're right. I went on Apple Music, added it, downloaded it, and went back to bed. And
you didn't even stay up and listen to it all night?
Nah, dude, I had to go to work.
What a fake fan.
So, like, obviously 2 hours later, I went to work and started listening to it. I listened to it 8 times during work. I tried to put on a podcast, and I was like, I need to go back to Eminem. This is fantastic.
My hair's bothering me.
Yeah, your hair's really weird. Like, you have that one strand.
This one right here?
Yeah.
It's not in the bun.
That's so weird. I don't like that.
I'm going to put it up.
The way you're just, like, grabbing onto it, making it straight, is just weird.
Yeah, I'll just straighten it out.
Sorry, audio listeners. I don't even know where to begin to describe what is happening in front of my eyes right now.
Just pulling my hair.
But yeah, I guess we could get into a controversy. I don't want to give too many opinions because we're not a political channel. But I guess last episode we talked a lot about the Clintons.
They're not... I don't consider that... That wasn't my political views on the Clintons. That was my views of them as people.
Well, it's just still kind of like in the politics realm, you know what I mean?
Well, no, I don't think they're bad people because they're Democrats. I think they are bad people who happen to be Democrats.
You know what I mean? I guess. Either way.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. What was the most controversial song?
Yeah, I'll get into the most controversial. I'm not gonna fully get into like a lot of the small stuff. Do you want to talk about the controversy first, or your favorite song on the album so far? Let's get into the controversy real quick. Get that out of the way.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go over the small bars. There was a couple small bars people were mad about. That's just Eminem, man. Even if it's right or wrong, he does it because you get mad about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So like, even if I'm not necessarily saying it's right or wrong, but that's 100% why he does it, is because you get mad about it. So I mean, me getting mad about it's not really gonna help, and I'm not even mad about it. I don't care, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
After listening to Eminem for so long, I don't think there's anything he can say that would probably like affect me at this point. It's like he's gone on record to say like he doesn't believe half the stuff he says. He just kind of says it, and I know he's an advocate for free speech, so I think that's kind of just why he does a lot of the things. So small bars, don't care about. It's the song "Darkness" that has gotten a lot of controversy, and I think it's from people who haven't seen the video, or have seen the video and still want to say that it's a problem.
I don't know. I mean, I understand why people say it's controversial. Like, it's definitely a controversial song. It's a very touchy subject.
It's controversial, but I don't think it's wrong.
Oh, I don't think it's wrong either. But I could understand how people would be upset about it.
Yeah.
Especially, well, actually, we need to give some context. So, Darkness is a song from the perspective of the shooter of the LA concert shooting.
At Mandalay Bay, I think.
Yeah. 2 years ago? Year and a half ago?
That was
from the hotel
yeah.
shooting at that concert.
I think I was still in high school.
Over 50 people lost their lives, something like that. So it's definitely
an awful thing.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's a touchy subject. The song is really good, and especially the meaning behind it. But if you only listen to the song, it definitely sounds aggressive.
Yeah,
of course it's going to be aggressive. But like,
Ethan definitely understood what it meant, but I explained more to him.
Yeah,
that kind of made a little bit more sense, or at least my interpretations of it.
Yeah,
which kind of seem a little subtle, but not like
I get. You should probably preface. It's from the perspective of the shooter, but that does not mean that Eminem by any means is siding with the shooter. 100%. It's not a defense or an understanding of the shooter. It's just his perspective.
My perspective,
because it didn't seem to be like defending, understanding, humanizing the shooter. It just was perspective based.
The way I saw the song, especially watching the video, I think the video could have done a little bit better job, like maybe showing him on stage about to do this all like while rapping this. But the way I saw the song was him basically, he's comparing himself to the shooter. And not in a way where he's saying, oh, I'm just as crazy, I'm going to do this too. I think what he's trying to say is that there's a lot of parallels that anyone can do this. Anyone can just go wrong and just have one thing and just do it. I don't think he's trying to say you should do it or that he would do it. But I think he's saying that it's scary to think about that a lot of the things that shooters go through to do this is normal things everyone goes through.
I think a lot of it is... It's scary how normal this guy was.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what he was trying to
obviously
convey.
He was messed up in the head, but he showed very little warning signs. Like, a lot of them we see warning signs from, like school shootings and stuff. Like,
even in the song, he says like no mental illness. Or
they have a pet. This guy had nothing. He was like, what, 50 something?
Yeah, he just has substance abuse. He just decided to do it.
He just decided to do it, but he had no history of mental illness. No, he hadn't talked about anything like this. He hadn't talked about being suicidal or anything like that. So, seemingly normal person did such a horrible thing. Yeah. Which is scary to think that if that person was capable, then any other seemingly normal person is capable of doing just the same thing. And I think that's the point of the song.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he was trying to say, because he makes like I said, I'm an Eminem fan, but I 100% fault Eminem for doing anything stupid. Like, there's been a lot of Eminem bars where I'm like, Eminem, that's awful. Stop that. But in this instance, I think he did a really good job saying lines that could be portrayed in both personas, himself and the shooter. Like, there's one line that was like, you can't murder a show no one's at. If you look at that from both perspectives,
like it's use as an artist perspective, like a musician's, like you can't, kill a show, without having someone to listen to the show.
Because it's both people
or you can't literally murder a show that no one is at.
Because it's both people stressing about not having anyone at the concert. Yes. Stuff like that. I think he worded it really well, and I think if you watch the video, you'll see at the end where like all the news channels and stuff are going on the video.
I thought that was really a powerful line.
Yeah, I think like even when I was listening to the song, like I once it got to that point, gave me
chills the first time I listened.
Oh, 100%. Sure. Once I got to that point, I started realizing what he was trying to portray by this. But when you get to the video, when you get to that point, you see the TVs and then it pans out and it's like in the shape of America and there's a bunch of flags. Whether that's cringy or not, I don't think it's cringy. But there's a line on the
view it as cringy.
Yeah, I know some people will. I don't really. But there's a line that says, like, when will this end? Something like that. And then it pretty much says a bunch of stuff like, hey, do research and then vote for gun control and stuff like that.
What are your stances on that?
I'm just kidding.
I don't want to get into that either. I didn't know he had a couple other controversial.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of the other ones were just bars.
But yeah, most of them, like, not the songs. That was the only, like, flat-out controversial song.
Yeah.
Now he had some dark songs. The whole album's really fairly dark.
Yeah, one of the songs he's like goes in on his dead father.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can't blame him.
No, I don't blame him either. But it's a very dark album. It's a very powerful album.
Yeah, the whole thing is inspired by like Alfred Hitchcock and stuff. So it's definitely got like a old timey murder kind of vibe going with it.
There was that one song what was that one? Just what I'm talking about that has like a TV show vibe. Kind of like the audio's different.
I don't
like it's got like an old horror film like backtrack to it, or like an old thriller.
God,
you know what I'm talking about though?
I don't know. Like,
I have to.
What happens on the song?
I can't remember. I only listened to it once. I can look it up, see if I remember.
Is it I Will?
Maybe. I think it was that one. I could be wrong though.
Premonition? I don't know.
Oh, it was probably Alfred.
Oh yeah, that was just a skit.
Just probably, well, maybe not Alfred. I don't remember.
Yeah, he said this is inspired by Alfred's album of the same name. So I really enjoy that. I like the whole album. I like the vibe he's going for. I think it doesn't get as... And when you hear something like music be murdered by, that's kind of like a thing people would cringe at. I don't think he does anything in the way he did old songs like 3 a.m. or Same Song and Dance or Criminal and stuff like that, where he tries to be overly dark. I think there are some dark things he talks about on the album, but I think a lot of it's kind of like him spitting bars and kind of stuff like that and just having fun. That was a lot of the stuff on the album, like the song Godzilla with Juice WRLD.
I think slaps.
It's so good.
Godzilla's really good.
And like, rip Juice, man. And I'm not even a huge Juice fan. Like, I had listened to some of him before he passed away.
I never really listened to any songs by Juice except his one big one, which was, what was that?
I know what one you're talking about.
What is it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. But I never listened to it, and like when I listened to the song with him and Juice WRLD, did make me sad that Juice didn't get a release.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
I don't know anything about Juice WRLD, but just the idea of someone dying at such a young age.
Yeah, he collabed with Eminem, who is his he's gone on record to say like is his biggest influence.
Oh, Lucid Dreams.
Oh yeah. Like, he loves Eminem, he was his influence, so he did a song with him and he never got to see it come out.
Yeah, that's super sad.
It makes me think, like, was there a verse on there that never got to come out? I doubt it, because Juice died a month ago or something like that. Yeah, it was
probably already finished.
So I doubt M had enough time to write the words he did, because he goes in on that song. But Godzilla, I love a lot. It's basically, like, it's something M never would have done before. It's such a crazy beat. What are you doing, Ethan?
You have a piece of something.
Yeah, it's at Altair. It broke.
Oh, it's this one.
It broke at work.
At work?
Yeah.
Why are you playing with your toys at work? He's also missing a leg.
Yeah, I know. I put it in my lunchbox, and I guess something was in my lunchbox, and it broke. Why'd you put it in your lunchbox? Because I was trying to take it home, because it was on my desk.
It's not as bad as Noah's lunchbox.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Noah's lunchbox drives me insane.
He doesn't even use it anymore.
Can we talk about it? I want to talk about Noah's
Sure.
Lunchbox. Dude, Noah's Lunchbox is disgusting. I'm 100%. Does Noah listen to podcasts?
He listened to the last episode a little bit.
He needs to listen to this one because I'm going to call him out because he needs to stop doing it. So every day for lunch, I remember he would have like soup or something in a bowl, and he wouldn't bring a lid, which is fine. But when he was finished, he would just throw it in his lunchbox. But he wouldn't wash it out. So like when he threw it in there, just like whatever soup he didn't finish or whatever just leaked inside of his lunchbox.
Yeah, to be fair.
And he never washed out his lunchbox.
When he brought the soup, it was in a can.
Yeah, no, when he brought the soup, it was in a can. But then when he threw the container back in his lunchbox, it was just the dirty container with no lid on it, and he wouldn't rinse it out, and it drove me nuts.
Yeah, Noah's Lunchbox was bad, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
But yeah, I think that's our thoughts on
Do you have a
his
favorite?
album.
Do you have a favorite song on the album?
It's either
as of now.
I'd say in order. I think it's Premonition, Godzilla, and Little Engine. But I like them all. Some are better than others, but I think those are my top 3.
I don't know.
I'd say this album is in my top 5 M albums. I think he finally gets rid of a lot of stuff he's been doing in the last 2, and I like the last 2, but not as much. Like, I love Kamikaze, but like looking back on it in retrospect, I liked half of the songs on it.
Yeah.
And he had like this very like choppy flow, and I think this whole new album is just smooth as butter.
Godzilla's pretty good. I really like Godzilla, but I think I like Leaving Heaven.
Leaving Heaven's good.
Probably my favorite. That or Little Engine. I really do like Little Engine.
I like the songs where he just murders a beat.
Oh yeah.
Something like where he just goes off.
I like Godzilla because you were saying it earlier. It doesn't sound like a beat that Eminem would really typically use.
Even on Kamikaze, where he used more trap beats, it still like felt like him to a point, and this one was just different. I loved it.
Oh, that song with Ed Sheeran's fantastic too. What's it called? That Kind of Night?
Yeah.
I love
one
that
of
one.
those kind of nights.
Those Kind of Nights, I think is what it is. It was really good.
That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. There's one line I really like where he's like, "Oh my God, you know my songs," and then he's just going stupid, and he's like, "All right, and serious." And I kind of like that part. I just like when Eminem's stupid. I know people hate it because it's cheesy. I like when Eminem's stupid. Like,
do you relate to it?
I am stupid, but that's one of the when I was a kid, like I wasn't really looking at bars as much as I do now, so I just liked that Eminem was funny.
Yeah,
like I really enjoy that Eminem was just genuinely funny.
I agree.
I was talking to B Rent, and I think that's what he inspires to be, is like funny.
A funny type of individual. So when you get on the mic, you finna just lie.
Is B Rent not funny?
Do you not know what that bar's from?
No.
That was Lil Dicky bar.
Gross.
That was the Lil Dicky. Do you not like Lil Dicky?
No, I just hate that you hate him.
So, what?
So I just hate that you like him.
Oh. I was gonna say, someone who aspires to be a funny rapper.
I mean, he's also not that good in my opinion, but like,
Lil Dicky slams. What
he's
are you talking
alright.
about?
Okay, we got to get into our next topic.
The movie.
Are we doing the Oscar noms?
We can quickly run through the Oscar noms.
Okay, I'll pull it up real quick. There's not much to talk about, but we went over the Golden Globes last week, so we should go over the Oscar noms.
I know 1917 got uploaded or got nominated for a lot. Joker did. What was the other one? Knives Out got a good chunk. Shoot. I don't remember what the other ones were off the top of my head. Do you almost have it pulled up?
Almost. I'm trying to find it.
Because I'm trying to banter.
Yeah, I know Joker got a lot.
No, yeah, Joker got a ton.
One thing I was so mad about was the animated category.
Why?
What? So...
Oh, you're just mad because Frozen probably...
Yeah, Frozen 2 didn't get nominated for Best Animated Feature, and that...
Okay,
say what you want about the movie, but the animation was phenomenal.
I agree, but before I can get angry, who was nominated? What beat it out?
We'll get to it. We're on best. I'm going in order from what I found. Best picture. Sorry, I have dyslexia. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go get that tested and find out for sure. Best picture: Ford vs Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. It's cool that Parasite's on there. I want to see foreign movie.
I want to see Parasite.
I want to see it too, and I'm gonna see it the way it's released. I'm not gonna do the stupid dub they're making or something.
They're making a dub.
Yeah, because apparently we can't have foreign movies or something. It's stupid. Like, I just leave it the way it is. That's how I'm gonna watch it.
I think you're taking that way too harshly.
No, because even the director of Parasite that's kind of what he was saying. He was like, I don't know. I don't want to spread false information, but I know he was kind of getting a little upset in the fact that America just wanted to make their own version of it.
Oh wait, are they remaking the movie?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know I said dub, but I think
when you said dubbed, I was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with people wanting to watch it dubbed, so that they can understand it better. Because
I think they're remaking the movie.
But if they're gonna remake the whole thing, then yeah, I agree that is kind of like that would take away from the original.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it the way it is. I watch enough subbed anime to really be able to read subtitles.
Are you a weeaboo?
For JoJo, I like a lot more anime than just JoJo. It's cool to see Joker on there. It's not gonna win.
Who do you think's gonna win? I think it's gonna go to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's gonna be 1917.
Oh yeah, I think it could be 1917.
It won the Golden Globes, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Marriage Story is cool to see it on there too, but it's not gonna win.
No,
best directing: Martin Scorsese, Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes for 1917, Quentin Tarantino, or
Mendes. I think wins it for
Bong
directing.
Joon-ho from Parasite. Sorry if I said your name wrong.
Why'd you say that directly to him? Said your name wrong, not his name wrong.
Because I feel sorry for him. I want to apologize to him.
To him?
Directed to him if you listen to the Uncultured Opinions podcast.
I think 1917 probably won Best Director. They're directing, and that was
100%. Even with legends like Martin Scorsese,
I
Tarantino, I think 1917 was just innovative in my opinion.
It was beautiful. But we can talk about it a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, we're definitely getting into it this episode. Leading actress: Cynthia Erivo from Harriet, Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan from Little Women, I'm So Sorry, Charlize Theron from Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger from Judy.
Did Bombshell come out in 2019 though?
Did it?
I don't even think Bombshell's out yet, is it?
It's probably the same thing with 1917. Like, it just came out for some people to get those Oscar noms.
It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I was like, Oscars are kind of tricky though, because movies that release in like January 2019 probably aren't going to get the same recognition because they're not fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
But that's why better movies are typically released at the end of the year.
True. Leading actor: Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time, Adam Driver, Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix, Joker, Jonathan Pryce, The Two Popes, which I've not seen yet. I didn't even see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet. Once I move in, I plan on getting that on 4K and watching it.
We can all watch it together. We can talk about it.
Bet.
Okay.
I'll have you guys come over to the stew.
To the stew? Bet.
I don't see Joaquin winning it, but that would be really...
He might.
I think there's a chance. I think so many people want to write off Joker because of A, the controversy, B, because it's easy to make fun of incels who love Joker, and C, because it's a superhero movie. But I think Joker...
Is it a superhero movie?
Exactly. I don't think it is. But people are like,
I was just trying to say it's a supervillain movie.
Oh, but I don't even think it's a comic book movie. I think it's
it's
a movie that's loosely based off of the character.
It technically is, but
technically, but
it's more of it's just a drama.
Yeah, Todd Phillips wanted to make the movie regardless of having the Joker in it or not. He wanted to make a mental health movie. I think the only thing about it that makes it a comic book movie is the fact that his name is Joker. That's my underwear drawer. Why can I not have underwear in there?
Because you left it open.
Yeah, because that's where I put my feet up when I play Siege with the boys.
With the boys? Who are the boys?
Chad Michael Innes and Holden DePardo from Respawn Aim Fire, the podcast exclusively on
that was not playing.
iTunes.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, because they're really good podcasts. And then you have Dallas, who is, I guess, started on their podcast. So did Dallas on the same episode. So we're like bros. And
are they
then
gonna come
Matt.
on our podcast?
That'd be cool, but we'd have to do Discord.
Why?
I wouldn't mind having him on one day, though. Chad watches a lot of movies.
Why couldn't he come down?
Because he's in San Francisco.
So?
I mean, yeah, so. Yeah, Chad, come on the podcast, dude.
Oh,
and Holden, and Dallas, and even Matt if he feels like it.
Math?
Matt.
Oh, you said Math.
Why did not say Math?
I'm like, that's a cool name. Math.
So, yeah, I guess that's the leading actor. Out of Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, I would want to win, I think. Original screenplay, Knives Out, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time, and Parasite.
For original screenplay, it's going to be either Knives Out or Parasite.
Knives Out. The more I think about it, I don't think I would take away the score I gave it, but the more I think about it, it definitely it revitalized the genre and it did something different. But towards the second half, it felt like the second act. Act 2 kind of felt like they were going nowhere. They were just kind of waiting for Act 3 to happen, in my opinion. So I don't know if I'd give screenplay to it.
No, it's screenplay.
Marriage Story, I think.
No.
Yes.
No, Marriage Story was good.
Did you watch Marriage Story?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, dude.
I watched some of it.
The best stuff happens at the end.
Dude,
Marriage Story.
No, don't get me wrong. It's good, but it's not Oscar worthy.
Marriage Story made me feel for both people in the thing, and I think most movies of that caliber kind of they pick a side and they want you to pick that side.
I agree, but I just don't think it was Oscar worthy.
Noah Baumbach should win that for Marriage Story 100%.
Noah Baumbach.
Baumbach. That's the screenwriter and director of Marriage Story. Best adapted screenplay: The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes. It's probably going to be Joker, but I wouldn't mind seeing like Jojo Rabbit win.
Jojo Rabbit. Talk about a movie with controversy.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard it's phenomenal. Zach saw it. He said it was really good.
I am looking forward to seeing it. It's coming out on 4K in February, March, I think. I'm picking it up. Original song. This is a category that I have stake in. Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4. I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man. Does that count?
Oh.
I haven't seen the movie, so maybe it's an original song. But if it's just an Elton John song, then that doesn't count.
I mean, it is an Elton John song, but it's an Elton John song written for that movie. Elton John wrote it for the movie. Like, it wasn't a...
Okay.
It's not an older... It's a 2019 song.
Okay, I guess it counts.
So it counts.
I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. That's gonna win. And Stand Up from Harriet.
I agree. I think it's going to be Into the Unknown. Into the Unknown slaps.
Frozen 2 songs are better than Frozen 1. I'm just going to remind all you
salty guys out there. Disagree.
You don't have to agree.
Is B-Rent, do you think we can expect to see a cover of Into the Unknown?
B-Rent's been thinking about it a lot lately, if I'm being honest. B-Rent really
Into the Unknown cover?
Yeah.
Really? Like a rap cover of it? Or just straight up cover?
B-Rent actually...
Okay.
B-Rent actually was in choir class for a while, and there was one time, like every Friday they do karaoke, and B-Rent got up and sang "Let It Go," and B-Rent killed it. Okay, best animated feature film: How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, amazing movie.
Okay,
I Lost My Body. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Klaus, haven't seen it, or Claus. I don't know.
The one on Netflix.
Yes,
that one actually was phenomenal. I loved that movie.
I guess it's good.
I hate Christmas movies. My girlfriend wanted to watch a Christmas movie when we were putting up the Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw it on because it was just like on there. It was during the time. So I just threw it on. It was really good. It was really, really, really good.
I might have to check it out because
the story was great. It was kind of original. It was different. The animation was really good. It was fun. The writing was really... I just really enjoyed that movie. And I hate Christmas movies. Mm-hmm. I hate Christmas movies, and I loved that movie.
I'll give it a chance, then. The Missing Link and Toy Story 4.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I feel like Frozen 2 should definitely be on there.
I'm really not trying to have bias, but that animation was amazing.
I wasn't a huge fan of Toy Story 4. It wasn't... We didn't need it.
Yeah, I think the ending of Toy Story 4 kind of...
The ending of Toy Story 3 was a good end to Toy Story.
And I wasn't even mad they made a fourth, but it's just kind of like, for the most part, Toy Story 4 held up for a little bit, and then the ending... I wouldn't say completely contradicted his character, but I also think, like... Because I'm all for letting characters grow out. Like, just because one character has always stood for something doesn't mean they can't grow older. But it felt a little weird to me how they did it, I guess.
No, I agree.
I don't think it was perfect.
It definitely was not better than Frozen 2.
Now, I don't know what I Lost My Body is, and I don't want to say, like, oh, this is an indie film. Get it out of here. Frozen deserves to win. it could have been really good. I don't know, man. I thought Frozen 2 was really good. And I guess you say, oh, it's Disney. They don't need any more awards. And I guess you're right. But I would have liked the animators that spend all their time working on that
I
to get
disagree with
something.
that. I don't think you shouldn't discount someone just because
Exactly,
they already have a
because
bunch of awards. Because
Bob Iger's not in the studio animating.
there's a reason they have, like, they earn their awards.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all of them?
Almost. I think there's a couple more that matter. Makeup and hairstyling, Bombshell, Joker, Judy, Maleficent, and 1917.
I think it should go to 1917. Makeup? That was nuts.
I'm not necessarily...
Like, it looked real.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but at the same time, it's just like a war movie. It's Bombshell, Joker, Judy, Maleficent, 1917.
Could be Maleficent too.
Maleficent looked like it did things really good. I don't want to just keep saying Joker, but I thought everything looked really good in the Joker.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I'm trying to think as far as skill and the amount of makeup that has to be done. The amount of makeup that had to be done and skill for Joker is probably a considerable amount less than Maleficent.
Mm.
I'd
say, yeah. It's probably Maleficent or 1917.
Not discrediting the makeup artist for the Joker.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm saying there's a lot more... I'm trying to say this. I think people understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's not difficult to do what the makeup artist for the Joker did. It's not what I'm saying. But war movies, when you have to keep up the consistency, there's a lot more that has to go into it.
You definitely have to make them look gritty.
Yeah. So I just feel like effort, and then the sculpting, the sculpting of the face for Maleficent is a whole other thing that wasn't touched in the others. So I think it could be Maleficent.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you. Maleficent or 1917. Best visual effects: Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, The Lion King, 1917, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
What was this for?
Visual effects.
Read them one more time. So
Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, The Lion King, 1917, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Which seems unfair.
Why?
Because 1917 is the only one that is not abundant on CGI. Obviously, there's like maybe a plane that crashes or something like that. But for the most part, I feel like most effects are practical. Yeah. So is this supposed to be like the CGI category or is this like practical category?
I don't know. I think it's got to be either 1917. Now, also, it's hard for me to take a step back from 1917 because we literally just watched it. But it was phenomenal. But like, and we can get into it more. But man, that movie was so raw.
Okay.
It looks so good.
Yeah, there was 2 scenes in there where I was like, I want this to be my favorite movie of 2019.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It was fantastic.
But my problem with it
is visual effects, it could be Star Wars. Hate on Star Wars' story as much as you want.
Yeah.
I will not argue with you, but
it looked really good.
It looked beautiful. I will say that. And then
my problem with 1917 is that when you stack it up against everything else, there was some visual effects in 1917 that were amazing. Like I said, 2 scenes that made me want it to be my favorite movie. But I don't feel like it relied on special effects.
Yeah, I agree.
And stuff like that. I don't think there was a lot in the movie to give it a win. I'm cool with the nom, but I don't know if it'd give it a win. I'd say, going in order of what each did, Avengers Endgame made a comic book splash panel that literally looked insane. Like hundreds of characters just fighting each other, and it made it look awesome.
Yes.
Irishman took really old people and made them look insanely young. I think that's kind of cool, but it's also not like... And then say what you want about The Lion King, it looks beautiful. Even if it's an uninspired movie, which I haven't seen it yet, I have no opinions, but it looks beautiful.
Which one?
The Lion King.
Yeah,
They did a good job in the animation department.
I agree.
And then Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, like you said, looks really good.
Beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. Not a great movie.
And remember, this isn't cinematography. This is just visual effects.
Beautiful looking movie.
So I don't know if I want to vote for this category. I feel like someone's getting snubbed regardless.
Yeah.
I think if I had to take 2 off the list...
But I think that's what makes it good, though.
Yeah. If I had to take 2 off the list, not saying they're bad, but if I had to take 2 off the list so that I don't have a problem with, is Irishman and Lion King.
Yeah, I was gonna say Irishman and Lion King would definitely be in the bottom 2.
But Lion King, like, I have to respect all the animators.
No,
that
I agree. That was a great. That was a great category. That was a great category.
And then maybe I don't know, because I think Endgame was really good, and I think everyone wants to write it off for what it was marketed to be, because it was marketed to be like the biggest movie ever. So like people want to write it off, and maybe there was a few rocky CGI scenes, but for the most part, I think they pulled it off amazing. I think I'd have to give it to Endgame.
I agree, and yeah, that's a tough one. It's a really
story
tough one.
Aside. Endgame had amazing visual effects.
I personally would probably choose Endgame, but I wouldn't be upset if one of the other two won.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then
is that it?
There's a couple more we can go over just quickly. Here's the one I like because I love cinematography. The Irishman, Joker, The Lighthouse. I was supposed to watch that last week and I didn't. 1917 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Dude,
1917
for cinematography. 1917 hands down.
I don't even want to go over the other ones. Even if I haven't finished
the last category.
I'll do 2 more rapid fire.
Okay.
Even if I haven't watched The Lighthouse yet, it wouldn't matter because 1917 was phenomenal with the cinematography.
It was beautiful.
It was a one shot. It was like multiple shots that felt like one shot.
Yeah, it was one camera.
Yeah, if you're looking for it, you can see where it cuts. But like even when it cuts there, it's just so seamless. Yeah. Like it doesn't look like
it's a beautifully transitioned movie.
Yeah, it does not look like it ever cuts. But if you're like, oh, they went behind a tank, that obviously cut right there.
Yeah,
you don't see it.
They were really smart about it because they made a movie that had that they made a seamless one scene. You could argue it's one scene.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it just follows the guy and it's just one camera angle the whole time following him. So there's easy places where they could transition, but they did it in a smart way.
Yeah, you never notice.
So that it's easy. So like there's like scenes where like you were saying where it pans around a tank.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great spot for them to, move into another cut. But it still seamlessly moves from one side of the tank to the other because they cut it from going around.
And that leads into film editing, which I'm mad because 1917's not on there.
1917's on there for film editing?
No, I feel that would win just because of what we were just talking about.
Yeah,
that same exact reasoning.
For making it, yeah, I agree.
It's cut.
That is frustrating.
Seamless cuts.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
But film editing, Ford versus Ferrari, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. Why is Joker on there? I guess Joker has a good pace with editing, but I don't know.
Parasite, I feel like Parasite should win that one then.
Have you seen Parasite?
I've not seen Parasite.
I mean, I don't blame you for it. I haven't seen all the movies.
I haven't seen any of those other than Joker.
Mm.
I feel like Joker shouldn't win an editing one. Damn, I'm really upset.
Yeah, I don't
1917
understand.
Should be on there. That's annoying. That's one of the ones I would definitely give 1917.
I'm not upset for any of these being noms, but I wouldn't want Joker to win. I would probably replace Joker with 1917.
Yeah, I agree.
And I guess the last one I'm going to go over, production design. The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite. Probably 1917.
I mean, I haven't seen all the others.
Yeah.
But production was really good on that.
Yeah, and especially production design, like the set pieces they get themselves into.
All right, we got like 15 minutes to talk about 1917.
We can probably go into like an hour, 15 hour, 20 if we have to.
Yeah, we can.
But like as long as we stay under an hour and a half for our new format.
Yeah, I'd like to keep it shorter, but we'll see if we can get covered. Man, that movie was so good.
This is 1917, no spoilers.
Oh, we're doing no spoil. Yeah. I mean, this one's hard to do a spoiler one.
Yeah.
Or it's hard to do it's hard to give spoilers for it because. Okay, yeah. Oh man, that movie was so raw.
This movie.
That was so raw. It was a really good heart tugger.
Mm-hmm.
Heart tug? Heart.
Like it tugged on your heartstrings.
Yeah, there we go. That was kind of combined. Man, it was raw.
I walked out of this movie.
It was dark.
And I really I was like, do I count this as a 2019 or 2020 movie? Because
2019.
If it's 2019, then it might top my list. If it's 2020, then it's already the best I've seen this year.
Well, yeah, but you've seen like
exactly,
one other movie
but that's what I'm saying though. It's like a banging start to the year.
True.
So
If it's 2019, it was definitely my 2019 movie of the year.
I think so too.
It was 100%.
And, I'm trying to get myself out of the mindset of like, oh, critics like this movie. I like it. But I think I really did enjoy it.
No, 1917 was phenomenal. It was really good. It was dark.
Mm-hmm.
Super dark.
It was dark and light at the same time.
It made me appreciative, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It really put life into perspective.
Yeah, it's like you see a lot of war movies, but then some of them like overgeneralize or they try to like glorify it or something like that.
This movie, that's what one thing I wanted to say was that's what I really liked about this movie. It didn't glorify war.
Mm-hmm. These guys go through stuff.
It showed the bad side.
It's one of my favorite war movies up top with Hacksaw Ridge.
Well, I really like Hacksaw Ridge. It was really so a lot of people were saying when it came out that it was the best war movie since Saving Private Ryan. Mm-hmm. And that's a tough title to get.
Yeah. So
I was very skeptical. But damn it if I don't agree. The amount of first off, we see a lot of dead bodies in this film.
Yeah,
we see a lot of bodies just lying around,
and they don't feel like props.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They don't feel like they somehow tie emotion into everyone we see. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot more. Like you see a bunch just laying around, but then there's certain shots where you see one and you can feel the emotion that people see, and like even though they have no connection to these people whatsoever. It's just another dead body. But you can tell that you can see the emotion that they go through with seeing that. And
they really don't want to be there.
They really don't want to. Yeah, no one's out there that wants, like, no one wants to be out there. But like, and then like the scene when they're in the water, when he's in the water and he's climbing out of the water and there's a bunch of bodies in the water.
Yeah.
And they look like they've been there for like a couple days or so.
He breaks down.
No, he breaks out. The acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The dude was very good with showing his emotions.
I need to look up like
with acting his emotions.
Who was in this movie?
It was really good. I recommend seeing it, but it's a tearjerker, that's for sure. It's a very raw, it's a very deep, it's a very dark movie, but it's worth the watch.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes you appreciative of what we have and of what other people had to go through that we don't have to. We are fortunate enough to not. Mm-hmm. It also frustrates me because
don't fully get into what you were saying earlier.
I'm not going to. Yeah, that's. But like, see what I'm saying? Like, people complain about so much.
Yeah. People
complain about so much little stuff, especially nowadays. People complain about like, oh, little this, little that. It really made you see how little those things matter. Mm. You know what I mean?
It really,
especially how little. I hate to. So, like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, one, how little they complain. Like, that was life for them.
What I like about it is it makes it look like your life can be taken so fast.
Yes.
Like, there's times where, like, someone would just die, and we've been trained to be like, oh, they'll be fine from that happening. Like, most movies, if something happened like that, they'd be like, oh, they're going to get up.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's insane, dude. This movie, it's a slow-paced, fast-paced movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're following these two guys throughout the entire movie. It's these two guys going from point A to point B. So they're not like on the front lines or anything. They're not fighting in the trenches.
It's not your typical war movie.
Yeah, they're still exploring war, and they're like, I like it more because it's not just in the trenches.
I was going to say, it shows the other side of war.
They definitely get into conflicts, but it is kind of like a point A to point B movie.
Yeah.
And the conflicts they get into are phenomenal.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was raw. It was dark. I've said raw like a billion times, but man, like it was such a dark movie. But it was good. It was really good.
Do you want to get into spoilers?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump into spoilers.
Yeah, what would you rate it?
I rate it?
I'm teetering, man.
Rate it?
Yeah.
No less than a 9.5 out of 10.
I'm teetering between 9 and 10, man.
If I had to round to a 9 or 10, it would definitely be a 10 out of 10. No question.
I'm giving it a 9.5.
But yeah, 9.5 out of 10 is my rating.
You know what?
You gonna give it a 10?
I don't care. 10 out of 10. I disliked nothing in this movie.
I was gonna say, yeah, I agree. There's nothing that I can pick out that I did not like about the movie. The acting was great. The relationships were great. The friendships were great. The emotions were great. Yeah, I'm agree. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10.
This is my first 10 out of 10 on the podcast.
Yeah, I think. Is it my first one?
I think so, yeah.
I think I may have I can't remember. I may have given Knives Out a 10 out of 10.
Did you?
If I didn't, it was.
This is why I need you and Sam to make letterbox accounts as well, so I can look up your score. I need to start writing down everyone's score so we can reflect
I can't
later.
remember. Knives Out may have been another one, but I don't think I had it. I definitely didn't have any other that were close. If I did have another 10 out of 10, it would have been Knives Out. But I don't think I gave it a 10. I think this is my only 10. But man, this movie was good.
I can't shake this movie.
No, I can't either. I want to go see it again.
I might get the Steelbook on 4K and the regular 4K when they both come out. I enjoy it.
Don't get both. That's
I'm
a waste of money.
Man. I'm a collector, man. I don't know.
I know you're. Okay, y'all. Okay, people shit on me for spending so much money.
Yeah, but think about it. You spend a lot of pops. I don't buy pops that much anymore, so movies are my collectibles.
I'm talking about the Legos you bought.
Oh, okay, fine. Ooh, $30 Legos.
They were just the minifigures.
Yeah, and they were exclusive.
That's a lot of money for
minifigures.
just a minifigure. I'm gonna look them up. Keep talking, but I'm gonna look up how much.
This movie, I can't escape it. There was a lot of. I seriously think it wins cinematography. The cinematography.
I'll be angry if it doesn't win cinematography. It was gorgeous.
The thing with it is, I know with all the awards it's winning, that people are gonna look at it and think it's overrated, and I don't see that, dude. It sucks that this movie's gonna be labeled as overrated and bad.
I don't think anyone's labeling it as overrated.
Dude, it's the internet. If something is talked about so much, it's overrated.
I don't know.
Anything. And it sucks because people won't give this its due credit.
I really liked it. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm. What did Sam say? He just kind of liked it, or like what did Sam say about it? I don't remember.
No. If I remember correctly, I thought he said he said it was really good. I thought he said he really enjoyed it. But man, yeah, the just the visual effect.
Can we call up Sam right now and get him to
no
live talk on the podcast?
The visual effects were fantastic. The story was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked that the story was stitched together from stories from actual veterans.
Oh yeah, they say at the end of the movie that like thank you to someone for telling these stories to us.
Yeah, which is super cool. Man, what else? What else was I gonna say?
I love that
just the visual effects were beautiful.
This isn't from any no-name people. Like there's probably like maybe a couple actors in the movie that stood out to me, like big name. But other than that, it was like low-name actors, low-name directors.
Yeah, the only big one I saw was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Exactly.
And no one even knew he was in it. I didn't know he was in it.
I didn't know either. He just kind of turned around. I was like, that's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, he wasn't advertised super heavy in it. If he was advertised, I didn't see it.
Which I love that because most movies are like, hey,
they're advertised
big name actor.
so that people go see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it was so good. It's really good.
Amazing movie. 10 out of 10 from both of us.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Please go see 1917. Support it. Support it at the Oscars or whatever. Next year, I kind of want to start like a little award show where we just kind of like, obviously like nothing big, but just like where we have a couple episodes at the end of the year, kind of like making a big awards thing for every movie.
Are we going to ship off the awards to the directors that we choose to win it?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a couple paper clips and a popsicle stick.
No, it can be paper clips and yogurt lids.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you know that's from?
Yeah.
It's from The Office.
I kind of got it because you're the one saying it.
Yeah. You know who was on the last episode of Office Ladies?
No.
Creed Bratton.
Why?
Because he was also on the show. He played Creed. He was on the podcast. actually pretty funny. Is that the? Are we gonna cut it off here, or do you have more you want to say?
Spoilers.
Huh? Oh yeah, we didn't do spoilers.
Okay, spoilers. Woo! Spoilers.
Woo! We need to get an audio clip to throw in there that you can just cut it in there. Or
Okay.
we can get a button or something.
That would be dope. I want to get a stream deck.
A what?
A stream deck. We can talk about this later.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers for 1917.
Man, I was not big spoiler.
Yeah, big spoiler.
Especially
big
I
spoilers.
was not expecting him to die.
Dude, me neither. I thought he was the main character.
Especially the way he did. But man, I almost cried.
That's what I was saying.
I almost cried.
In any other movie, a stab to the gut, they would just wake up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, any other movie, he would have made it. He wouldn't have made it. And he didn't. But I think I knew when it happened. I was like, he's not making it.
One thing,
man, that was so. I wanted to cry when it happened. I really did. I did tear up when he told his brother. So
that acting was really good on it
at the end,
because he looked so conflicted, but he didn't know what to do because
yeah,
he wanted to shout, but he didn't want to yell at the guy for respecting the wish.
Yeah, so at the end we see the guy who died. So they're going to deliver a message, and it just happens to be at the same place where his brother, who's a lieutenant, is stationed.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, so he's like, okay, I have to save my brother. And he's like, because if they don't relay this message, they're not like...
Yeah, his brother's going to die.
His brother's going to die, essentially. But then he ends up dying on the way. So then his brother has to give... Or his friend has to find his brother so that he can tell him that he's died. And he's like...
That was heavy.
That was heavy. That was super heavy.
That was heavy, Doc.
The acting was phenomenal on both ends. Because he's like, I'm from... I can't remember what station they're from, whatever.
From the 8th, I think.
Yeah, he's like, I'm from the 8th. And he's like, oh, you must know my brother. And his face lit up.
Yeah. Oh,
his face lit up.
Me. That
and
killed me.
And he's like, yes, we traveled together. And he's like, oh, he's here. Where is he? And then he's like... And you can see his face kind of drop because he realized what happens. And then the guy goes... He goes... It didn't last long. As in, he didn't suffer for long.
Yeah.
And I was like... And you just saw the... Dude, that dude's acting was nuts, but I teared up then. It was so emotional. It was.
I think I just felt it
was rough. Yeah,
if something happened to my brother, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, that's where my head went. But I was like, it was tough. It was rough. It was good though. The acting was.
It was insane. It was powerful.
It was really It was really tough. Oh man,
the movie
was so emotional.
The movie ends the way it starts, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
He goes back, not to that same tree, but he goes to a tree and he just lays his back to it.
I love that. Yeah, it was like a full loop around. Mm-hmm. I also like that you don't see it a lot. I mean, we got a happy ending, but it wasn't a totally happy ending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ended up getting there and getting the message, but he got the message after. So the message was to stop the attacks, right?
Yes.
And there was 4 waves. I think, right?
Yes.
He got there after the first wave had already went out, and he was supposed to stop them completely. So, he saves most people, or at least that group, but everyone who went out in the first wave, probably died.
Yeah.
Or got severely injured.
That it wasn't 100% perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't your typical. How do you word it? It wasn't your typical war hero story where you go and they save the day and everyone everything's happy. The end goal was met, but not without
yeah.
We still saw a lot of bad, nasty stuff happen.
A thing I liked in the movie was that he didn't die in the third act. I kind of like that it was halfway through the movie he died.
Yeah.
So it gives you more time for the other character. It's not just tearjerker climax.
Yeah, I like it how the first half he was super annoyed at him.
Yeah.
He was annoyed. He's like, man, why'd you have to pick me to come with you? He's like, I didn't know we were doing this. And he's like, I thought we were just, going to go grab some food or something. He's like, I didn't know we were going to be put on a life or death mission.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, if I would have known, I wouldn't have picked you.
And it feels bad because the whole time he's like, dude, we're gonna die, we're gonna do this, and the guy's like, no, we're not.
He's like, no, we got this. And then the dude who's optimistic, he's like, no, he's like, I gotta get there. He's like, I gotta get there. Like, he was determined to save his brother. Ended up dying. But then as soon as that happened, he's like, he could have given up. He could have said, he's like, all right, I'm done. He's like, I don't want to do this. The guy gave him the option to turn back and go.
Yeah.
He didn't. And he's like, as soon as he died, he's like, wow, he's like, I gotta finish it now. Mm-hmm. He's like, I gotta do it. And he did. But man, that movie was so good. I really enjoyed it. I want to go see it again.
When he wakes up after getting the gunshot, had a scene of my favorite cinematography. That's one of my I think it's one of my favorite pieces of cinematography now in a movie.
The only
I love that part, like when the lights are flashing.
What are you talking about?
When he wakes up from the bullet after when he goes in
near
that
the
building,
end where everything's on fire.
That wasn't near the end, but yeah.
Well, 3/4 away.
Yeah, like everything's on fire and like things light up and then it kind of goes back down and like it lights through like certain places. That's where I think it should win cinematography because it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was really good.
That was one of my favorite pieces, in my opinion.
And then they had the baby scene in there too,
I like
where
that
he
scene.
came across the woman who
I think she was French.
She was the French woman, and she had found a baby. It didn't really go into it super deep. She found a baby
because he was like, "Who's the mother?" And she's like,
like
after a while, she was like, "I don't know."
She's like, "I don't know." I feel like that really humanized him. Mm-hmm. I mean, not that he wasn't human. Obviously, he was, but you know what I mean. Like that made him.
He saw a baby.
That made him that much more determined to get the message through.
Because before we didn't know like what his past was, who he had at home.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, and she asked if he's a father, and then he kind of just like starts playing with the baby, and then at the end of the movie, you finally see that he has a wife and kids.
Yeah.
And like,
wait, did he have a wife and kids?
It said come home to us.
Yeah, it said come home to us, but like he's super young.
It looked like it. There's a woman and 2 children in the picture.
So I'm saying he looked really young to have 2 children.
16-year-olds are getting pregnant, dude. I don't know.
This was 1917 though. Wait, was it? What year did this take place?
1917.
How do we know this?
Because it said a date, a month, a day, 1917, and then it fades into the movie.
Brent.
It says it literally at the beginning of the movie.
Bro, that was so clearly a joke. Obviously, it takes place in 1917. The movie's called 1917.
I was like, bruh, because you were looking at me straight in the face.
Oh my! Are you that tired?
Honestly, no. I got a good rest of sleep. My head hurts. I need to be a hydro homie and get some water.
Dude, speaking of that, I almost died this week. We can save that for the post show.
Oh, yeah. If you want to see how Ethan died.
You hear about me almost dying. You just
subscribe to our Patreon, $10, and you can get the
Actually, did you get the post show up last week?
No, because I can't log into Patreon.
Can't log in. We can work on it. I'll see if I can log in on my own.
I'm about to try something different. I'm going to try logging out of Chrome and logging into Chrome with our email.
Yeah, you'll probably have to do that.
So, Patreon tier should be up by the time this episode goes up.
Is it the $10 tier or the $5 tier that get the post show?
$10 tier gets the post show.
So $2 tier, you get your name read, get a shout out, and then do we have a $5?
Yeah, we need a $5 tier.
5 could be the post show.
Then what's the 10 and 20? 10, 20, because 25 is the movie reviews.
25 is the movie reviews. Well, the movie recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 should probably be the post show. Well, no. Make 5 the post show.
Oh, what if we make 5 the name read?
And just get rid of the 2?
Yeah. Or we just have a 2 be like, hey, thanks for supporting us.
Yeah, we could do that.
Get access to our little like posts on Patreon.
Yeah, we've made none. I noticed that the other day.
We had one that said thanks to the new patrons.
Oh. Anyway.
Please watch 1917.
Yeah, do it.
I realized most of the people who heard us shill out haven't heard it because it was a spoiler section of 1917.
Yeah. It's been out a while, but man, that was good. Ugh.
Good movie.
Tired. Yeah, it was really good. Go see it.
Trying to end this, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a little
We'll
20 minute post show or what have you.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Uncultured Opinions podcast.
Sam will be back next week.
Do we want him back though? I like this.
We'll see.
It was a chill format.
We'll see how good this one went. If it goes too good, we can just always just be like, yeah, we're not doing it anymore, and then you and me can secretly upload it or something.
I don't care. We love Sam. Sam will be back next week
with
whatever movie we're seeing.
Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap, dogs.
That's a wrap. Thanks for listening.
You know the things are like right there.
Oh,
they were there last week too.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't want to tell you.
What? Oh. Hang on. Bear with me. We're back to the iconic. All right, guys. See you next week. That's a wrap.